Welcome to the first out of hopefully many instructional rugby basics videos by Lund Academic Rugby Club. This video will cover the basic building blocks of rugby, like how the game is played, how to score points, and so forth. Let's jump right in. The game of rugby is played by two teams consisting of 15 players each, plus extras, on a pitch usually 100 meters long by 70 meters wide, where the try area adds another 6 to 22 meters on each side. The game consists of two 40-minute halves, resulting in a total playing time of 80 minutes. The aim of the game is to score more points than the opponent, and there are a few ways to do so. The first and foremost way is to complete a try. This is done by placing the ball with downward force and control in your opponent's try or in-goal area, while the opposing team tries to prevent this by tackling the ball carrier. Completing a try results in 5 points. After every try, the scoring team is awarded a conversion, which lets them attempt to kick the ball over the bar and between the two uprights. The point where the kick is made can be anywhere on a straight line perpendicular to where the try was made in the try area. For example, if a player scores the try right next to the sideline, the conversion can be made anywhere on a straight line running down the pitch. A conversion scores 2 points. A player may also at any point during the game attempt a drop goal, which is when the player bounces the ball on the ground and then immediately proceeds to kick it over the bar and through the uprights. This awards 3 points. However, any player on the opposing team is allowed to try to block the kick. Finally, a player may attempt a penalty goal, which is the same as a conversion, but the kick is made after a penalty and the spot is made from the infringement. The opposing team may not try to block a penalty goal. This scores 3 points. At the start of each game, the two captains flip a coin with the referee to decide who starts the game. When this has been decided, the starting team lines up at the halfway line and the opposing team 10 meters away. The starting team then proceeds to kick the ball from the halfway line. The ball must then travel 10 meters at least, and then any player may catch it and continue play. Players may run forwards with the ball in order to get closer to the opponent's try area. However, you may only pass the ball backwards or sideways. If the ball at any time is dropped forwards by a player, this is known as a knock-on. This results in a scrum being awarded to the opposing team, which is a way to reset play. An exception to this is when blocking a kick. A scrum consists of 8 players from each team binding together and then contesting over possession of the ball. This is quite a complicated matter, which will be covered in its own video. While in play, your opponents will try to prevent you from reaching their try area by tackling you. You're only allowed to tackle the ball carrier, and it has to be under the armpits, otherwise it's an infringement. We will touch more deeply on tackling and penalties in a later video. After each tackle is made, the ruck forms. This is a contest for ball possession. When the ruck forms, the player with the ball must release the ball and present it to his teammates, otherwise a penalty is awarded to the opposing team. The player who made the tackle must also release the ball carrier and roll away from the ruck, otherwise his team is penalized. From the ruck, the scrum half picks up the ball and play continues. If a player at any point during the game is pushed, tackled, or runs out of bounds, or the ball is dropped, kicked, or passed out of bounds, this is known as into touch, and a reset of play is needed. The opposing team, to whomever had the possession of the ball last, is awarded a lineout. A lineout usually consists of 5 to 7 players on each team, lining up by the sideline, 1 meter apart from each other. The ball is then thrown into the channel between the 2 rows of players, and the teams try to catch the ball by lifting up their teammates. The ball is then played back and the game continues. We'll touch more on this in a later video. After the 80 minutes, the game can only end on a quote-unquote pause, like a scrum, penalty, or lineout. This often results in the leading team kicking the ball into touch as soon as they have possession of it after the 80 minutes have elapsed. On that note, we conclude the first instructional rugby basics video by Lund Academic Rugby Club. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.